In the land of Sheba, where the arid deserts met fertile highlands, a kingdom rose to prominence under the reign of Queen Makeda. A ruler of extraordinary wisdom, courage, and vision, she was beloved by her people and admired by neighboring nations. Her rule was marked by prosperity, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Sheba, strategically located along vital trade routes, became a center of commerce and culture. Merchants from far-off lands brought spices, gold, and incense through Sheba's bustling markets, creating immense wealth. Queen Makeda leveraged this prosperity not just for personal gain but for the betterment of her people. Roads were built to connect distant regions, schools were established to promote literacy, and irrigation systems were developed to turn arid lands into fertile fields. Under her rule, Sheba was not merely a kingdom of riches but a beacon of civilization in the ancient world. Yet, despite her accomplishments, Makeda was restless. She sought not only material success but wisdom, knowledge that could guide her people to a future of lasting peace and prosperity. One evening, a caravan from the northern lands arrived in Sheba. The merchants, weary from their journey, shared tales of distant kingdoms. One story stood out, the account of King Solomon of Israel, whose wisdom, they said, surpassed that of all other rulers. He was a man who could solve riddles no one else could answer, render judgments with unparalleled fairness, and speak of the mysteries of the natural world with divine insight. Makeda listened intently, her curiosity piqued. "Tell me more of this Solomon," she demanded. The merchants described his kingdom, his legendary temple, and the respect he commanded from kings and queens across the world. That night, Makeda was consumed by thought. If Solomon was as wise as they claimed, then meeting him could change not just her life but the destiny of her kingdom. She resolved to journey to Jerusalem, a decision that would alter the course of history. Preparations for the journey were meticulous. Makeda's advisors urged caution, warning of the dangers that lay ahead, treacherous deserts, unpredictable seas, and the unknown reception awaiting her in Israel. But Makeda was resolute. "If wisdom is the treasure I seek," she declared, "no distance or danger will deter me." The caravan she assembled was a spectacle in itself. Laden with the finest treasures of Sheba, gold, precious stones, ivory, and aromatic spices, it reflected the wealth and splendor of her kingdom. Her retinue included trusted advisors, skilled guards, and scholars who shared her thirst for knowledge. The journey was grueling. Days under the unrelenting desert sun were followed by nights of bone-chilling cold. Sandstorms swept across the landscape, their fury testing the endurance of even the strongest travelers. Yet, Makeda remained undaunted, her eyes fixed on the horizon. After weeks of arduous travel, the caravan reached the shores of the Red Sea. The sight of the vast, shimmering waters filled Makeda with awe. But the crossing was perilous, with storms and treacherous currents threatening to capsize their vessels. Through it all, her determination inspired her companions, and they eventually reached the shores of Israel, weary but triumphant. Jerusalem was a city of wonders, its bustling markets alive with the colors and scents of goods from every corner of the known world. At its heart stood the Temple of Solomon, a structure so magnificent that it seemed to touch the heavens. When Makeda arrived, Solomon himself came to greet her. Their first meeting was a moment of mutual admiration. Solomon, with his calm demeanor and penetrating gaze, radiated a quiet confidence. Makeda, regal and poised, exuded both power and grace. "Welcome, Queen of Sheba," Solomon said, his voice warm and resonant. "Your journey honors us, and your reputation for wisdom precedes you. And I have come to see for myself if the tales of your wisdom are true," Makeda replied with a smile. Their conversations over the days that followed were legendary. Makeda tested Solomon with riddles and challenges, each more complex than the last. To her astonishment, he answered them all with ease, his responses revealing a depth of understanding that left her in awe. In turn, Solomon was captivated by Makeda's intellect and insight. She shared her knowledge of trade, governance, and agriculture, offering perspectives that were both unique and profound. Their exchanges were not merely a meeting of minds but a fusion of two great civilizations, each enriching the other. As their discussions deepened, so did their connection. They spoke not only of their kingdoms but of the burdens of leadership and their dreams for a better future. In Solomon, Makeda found a kindred spirit, someone who understood the weight of the crown and the sacrifices it demanded. Their bond grew into something deeper, a union of hearts as well as minds. Legend holds that during her time in Jerusalem, Makeda and Solomon became lovers, a union that would bear fruit in the form of a child. When the time came for Makeda to return home, Solomon bid her farewell with great ceremony. He presented her with gifts of profound significance, a golden goblet symbolizing abundance, an intricately carved lion representing strength, and a scroll of his proverbs filled with timeless wisdom. Makeda returned to Sheba transformed. She carried not only the treasures of Israel but also the knowledge and inspiration she had gained from Solomon. Upon her return, she implemented sweeping reforms. Sheba's infrastructure was modernized, its educational institutions expanded, and its trade policies refined to reflect the insights she had gained. But the most enduring legacy of her journey was her son, Menelik. Born from her union with Solomon, Menelik was raised in the traditions of both Sheba and Israel. As he grew, it became clear that he had inherited the best of both his parents, the wisdom of Solomon and the strength and determination of Makeda. When Menelik reached adulthood, he traveled to Jerusalem to meet his father. Their reunion was filled with both joy and solemnity. According to Ethiopian tradition, Solomon recognized Menelik as his son and bestowed upon him the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest said to contain the tablets of the 10 Commandments. Menelik returned to Sheba with the Ark, establishing it as a symbol of divine favor and a unifying force for his people. He founded the Solomonic dynasty, a line of rulers that would reign over Ethiopia for centuries, claiming descent from the union of Makeda and Solomon. Queen Makeda's reign continued to be marked by wisdom and prosperity. She became a living legend, celebrated not only for her accomplishments as a ruler but also for her courage in seeking knowledge and forging alliances that transcended borders. Her story, intertwined with that of Solomon, became a cornerstone of Ethiopian tradition, inspiring generations to strive for wisdom, justice, and unity. Even centuries later, the legacy of Makeda and her son Menelik endures, a testament to the transformative power of knowledge and the enduring bonds of human connection. In the annals of history, Queen Makeda is remembered not merely as the Queen of Sheba but as a seeker of truth, a builder of nations, and a mother of dynasties.